Good afternoon. Whoa, that's really loud. Good afternoon. Just adjusting this here. Again, welcome. Please take your seats. Greetings and good afternoon to everybody. My name is Dr. David Reyes. I'm the Dean of the School of Nursing and Healthcare Leadership. And it's my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to today's celebration and the achievements of the Master of Nursing class of 2026. It's been a long and challenging road for our graduates, and today we celebrate them and their hard work and all of their accomplishments. We all know that education is a journey, and it has lots of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, but it's really the folks around us that support us and get us through and across the finish line. So here we're today to celebrate our esteemed graduates. As we begin, though, I'd like to first offer this land acknowledgement. The UW-Tacoma community acknowledges that we learn, teach, work, and live on the ancestral land of the Coast Salish people. In particular, our campus is situated on the traditional lands of the Puyallup tribe of Indians. We recognize that this is a difficult and painful history, and we understand that we must play an active role in remembering not just what happened to Indigenous communities post-settlement, but also the rich history that has existed long before colonization. This land acknowledgement is just one small act in an ongoing process of honoring the past while working together with local tribes to build a more inclusive and thoughtful community. For us here at UW-Tacoma and the School of Nursing and Healthcare Leadership, these are not just mere words. Our school vision and mission reflect our commitment to social justice, equity, and inclusion. And these are the values that our graduates hopefully can relate to, as the curriculum that they were taught reflects those values. And that not only do you understand what we are hoping that you have achieved, but also that you can demonstrate this in your practice and in your relationships. We're also very pleased that you, the family, friends, colleagues of our graduates are here today. And as we all know, to complete a master's education requires that you as adult learners, as our graduates, are supported by your family and friends, and they're there with you along your professional journey. We know that you, our graduates, are no exception, and that you have truly benefited from their support. So with that, I would actually like and ask, will the graduates' families, partners, colleagues, friends, and supporters, will you please stand first so we can thank you for this contribution to your graduate success in completing their master's degree? Please. And let's give them a round of support. Thank you. Of course, our students' success could not be possible also without the dedication of faculty and staff whose efforts collectively support our students' success. Faculty spend lots of hours supporting their learning, their professional development, and the many projects and activities that are linked to the actual needs, not only of their learning, but of the profession of nursing and the institutions, the organizations that they work in and will be going into. So at this time, I'd like to acknowledge the faculty of the School of Nursing and Healthcare Leadership and ask those of you to please stand. And I'll just shout out their names as they are here. Dr. Sunny Ching, Dr. Jody Erickson, Dr. Robin Evans Agnew, Dr. Tim Fegan, Dr. Katie Herling, Dr. Jingyi Lee, Emerita faculty, Dr. Patsy Maloney, Dr. Christine Stevens, and Dr. Wei Chao Yuan. And not with us today is Dr. Sharon Lang. So thank you, faculty. Now, the backbone of any institution, any organization, are the staff who support all of us in what we do, not only the faculty and myself and the students, but really helping to manage everything that goes on a day-to-day level whether it's advising students, supporting you to keep on track with your degree requirements. Without our staff, none of us would be here today. So I'd like to ask the staff to please be recognized. I know they don't want me to. Start. Please stand, staff. Adriana, Cameron, Jamie, who's not here, Priscilla, I know she's not here, and Gwen. So thank you for making today possible. I also want to acknowledge and thank our clinical partners and faculty, preceptors, and facilitators if you're here today, and for those who are unable to be here, to thank them too for contributing to your knowledge, to your growth, your development, and helping to develop your expertise. Without them, I know that your academic fieldwork probably wouldn't have gotten as far, but also knowing that they contributed to your development as nursing professionals. Imagine that every student here graduating, those individuals provide support, nudging, and feedback for many hours of educational and practical learning in the field. All this effort has been for you to support our graduates, the graduating class of 2026. Before we get started with the festivities, I'd first like to invite Dr. Carmen Lewis to the stage, who's going to give some remarks from the faculty. Dr. Lewis was nominated by the graduating class, and so she will impart her wisdom to you all. Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you for asking me to speak today. I only did it because I love you guys. I told you I would cry, so here are my tears, and it's only because I care. I want you to know that when you asked me to speak, I had to pray, and I was like, what do I say to these students that we spent a year together almost? And so what came to mind was, to whom much is given, much is required. And we've talked about privilege in class, right? And you guys have been given so much, and you're privileged to have the knowledge and the expertise and have one another and all your experiences. And with that, I want to impose upon you this word, and the word is responsibility. As you think about what's required of you going forward with the knowledge that you've gained, to whom or for what are you responsible? I want you to take a moment and think about that, because you have family, you have friends, you have coworkers, you have the community, and they're looking to you as leaders, right? So to whom do you have a responsibility? Is your responsibility to help educate? Is your responsibility to help lead? Ave, I'm looking at you, you're crying too. Is your responsibility to be an example? And I hope me standing up here crying and being vulnerable is an example to you that you can do it even if you're scared, right? Is your responsibility to encourage somebody else? And I want you to know that you've done all those things for one another and for me, and I thank you for that. I want you to know that as you go forward and you ask yourself, what am I going to do with this new knowledge? Just know that your personal gifts will open room and make space for you. You may not know right now what it is you want to do, but lean into all the things we've talked about. Do you remember our class last spring when you wrote the letter to your past self, your present self, and your future self? You are living in your future self right now. So make those decisions, right, to realize the person that you said you wanted to be. And last thing I will say is graduation, while it's fun, it's exciting, it can also be scary. What do I do with all my time? What do I do with all this knowledge, right? But I want to encourage you, do it scared. Even if you're scared, go ahead and take that new job. Apply for that position, right? Go and volunteer. Do it your way. Do it your way, because that's the only way you're going to make the impact on the people that you meet. And lastly, do it with excellence, right? Whatever you do, do it to the highest regard, and you will never disappoint yourself or anybody in this room. So I thank you again for this opportunity, and I ask that you go out into the world and make us proud, all of us. Thank you very much.
Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Words to live by. Words to live by. So now, I'm going to ask, where's Sadie? So the graduating class of 2026 has also nominated one of their peers to say a few words to the class. So Sadie, will you please come forward?
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow her. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank the faculty and mentors who guided us through this program. Your support challenged us to think more critically, lead more confidently, and grow into the kind of nurses our communities need. To my classmates, it has truly been an honor to learn alongside you. Each of us came into this program with different experiences, some from hospitals, some from community health, and some from education. But we were united by a shared goal, to make healthcare better for the people that we serve. Graduate school has a way of stretching you. It pushes you to question things you once accepted as normal. It asks you to look deeper at systems, policies, and inequities that shape patient care. And sometimes it asks you to do all of that while balancing work, family, and life outside of the classroom. For many of us, this degree didn't happen in quiet libraries or peaceful study spaces. It happened at kitchen tables or on our toddler's floor. After long work days, during lunch breaks, and late at night after children were asleep, in moments where we wondered if we had the energy for one more paper, one more discussion post, or one more group project. And for much of this program, it happened through little boxes on Zoom screens. Week after week, we logged on from home, workplaces, and sometimes even our cars, sharing ideas and learning from one another in a virtual classroom. Even though we weren't always physically together, those conversations pushed our thinking and reminded us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves. Through all of it, we kept showing up for our patients, for our families, and for each other. And near the end of it all, we found ourselves completing major research projects while also balancing practicum hours, work responsibilities, and family life. Those final months asked so much of us, but they always showed what nurses do best. We adapt, we problem solve, and we support each other along the way. For me, my perspective in this program was shaped by the work that I do as a school nurse. Every day, I see how healthcare, education, and family life intersect in ways that deeply impact children. Sometimes the challenges students face aren't just medical. They are social, emotional, and systemic. Those experiences reminded me that nursing leadership is not just about managing systems. It's about advocating for people. It's about asking difficult questions, recognizing gaps in care, and being willing to step forward and help create solutions. This program helped me realize that leadership in nursing doesn't always look like a title or a position. Sometimes it looks like speaking up for a student who needs support. Sometimes it looks like mentoring a colleague. And sometimes it simply looks like refusing to accept that things have to stay the way they are. To our families and loved ones, thank you. Your patience, encouragement, and support made this journey possible. Whether you listened to us talk about research articles, proofread papers, or simply gave us the time and space to finish one more assignment, you played a huge role in helping us reach this moment. Through the experiences we've shared, the solutions we've found, and the support we've received, we will leave this program remembering that our profession needs us, not just as nurses, but as leaders. Healthcare is changing quickly, and the future will require nurses who are willing to challenge outdated systems, advocate for equity, and shape better models of care. Each of us will take different paths from here. Some will lead in hospitals, in community health care, some in education, and some in policy. But no matter where we go, the values that brought us into nursing remain the same: compassion, curiosity, and a deep commitment to the ones we serve. Standing here today, I am incredibly proud to be a part of this group of nurses. I know that the work each of you will do moving forward will have a real impact on patients, families, and communities. Congratulations to the class of 2026. I can't wait to see the impact we make. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadie. Great words of inspiration, and that brings us to our next part of the program. Dr. Wei Chao Yun invited to the stage, and she's going to now introduce the faculty chair for each of our graduates and read the name of each student while their faculty member places the Master of Nursing hood on their shoulders. And for family and friends, feel free to come forward to take pictures.
I'm going to invite all the graduates to line up here, and we will first invite Dr. Sunny Chen to perform hooding. Chelsea Burke. Chelsea Burke's favorite course in the MM program was the diversity course, which she found both realistic and deeply informative. The assignments introduced new perspectives that helped connect concepts of equity and diversity directly to nursing practice and health policy. Chelsea hopes to continue pursuing leadership opportunities as she applies her MN degree in her career. Chelsea, I'm going to ask you, Chelsea, if you don't mind. We'll cheer at the end. She is especially proud of an ethics assignment where she reflected on her personal experience using an ethical framework, work that was recognized as strong enough to be considered for submission that she hopes he will guide her future nurses. Throughout the program, Chelsea's babies occasionally made entertaining appearances on Zoom, bringing moments of joy to class. She would like to give special thanks to Patsy Maloney for her support during her third quarter, including writing a scholarship recommendation and encouraging her confidence as a nurse and scholar. Congratulations, Chelsea. Sadie Long Garrett. Sadie found her practicum experience to be the most meaningful part of the MM program. Working with Amy at the Washington State Board of Nursing gave her valuable insight into how nursing education, regulation, and policy shape the profession. She hopes to pursue a leadership or consultant role with a Board of Nursing, particularly in Maryland or Washington, D.C., where she can support nursing education, policy, and workforce development. Sadie is especially proud of completing her research inquiry focused on improving training and support for school health staff and unlicensed personnel. She says many of her assignments were written late at night after her toddlers went to bed, often while listening to them talk, sing, or play with cars from their rooms. She is deeply grateful to her husband for being her biggest supporter, caring for their children during evening classes so she could focus on the program, as well as to her supervisor and coworkers for their encouragement and flexibility along the way. Completing this degree while working as a school nurse and raising 2 young children has made this milestone especially meaningful. Sadie also shares her appreciation for the mentors and faculty who helped shape her growth as a nurse leader. Congratulations, Sadie. Nelia Michaela Kamaro Lemke. Nelia valued each of her MN courses for the role they played in her growth as a nurse educator and leader, but ethical and equitable care had the most profound impact. As someone who has experienced discrimination as a member of a minority group, the course deeply resonated with both her personal and professional journey, strengthening her commitment to service, advocacy, and equitable care for all. Nelia is already applying what she learned in her work as a nurse educator, developing meaningful education, supporting nurses in practice, and leading quality improvement efforts that enhance patient safety and outcomes. One accomplishment she is especially proud of is balancing full-time professional responsibilities with the demands of graduate study while continuing to produce meaningful work focused on improving nursing education and patient safety. Nelia is deeply grateful for her husband and children for their unwavering love and support, as well as to her faculty mentors, preceptors, colleagues, and classmates who helped guide her along the way. Congratulations, Nelia. Ashley Nanato. Ashley plans to use her MN degree in her current role as a nurse care manager in population health to strengthen care coordination, improve care management workflows, and better support patients with complex needs. Through the program, she has gained skills that will allow her to contribute more meaningfully to patient-centered, system-level improvements within her department. Ashley is most proud of persevering through the MN program while balancing the demands of work and personal responsibilities, an experience that strengthened her confidence, resilience, and commitment to nursing practice and leadership. She dedicates this achievement to her mother, who has always believed in her, and would like to thank her for her family for their love and support throughout the journey. Congratulations, Ashley. Chloe, say hi. Chloe's favorite course in the MN program was T-Nurse 510, Ethical and Equitable Care, which helped her connect broader issues of health equity directly to her work as a school nurse. The course encouraged her to reflect on her practice and deepened her understanding of the structural factors that affect the students and families she serves every day. Chloe plans to use her MN degree to strengthen the way she supports students, family, and school communities in Tacoma Public Schools by advocating for student needs, addressing social determinants of health, and collaborating with educators to create safer and healthier learning environments. One accomplishment she is especially proud of is overcoming her aversion to write papers, developing confidence and skill in academic writing during graduate school. Chloe would like to thank Carmen Lewis, Sunny Chen, Katie Hurling, Jody Erickson, and Patsy Maloney for their support, as well as Mark, Amani, Anissa, her parents, and friends for their unwavering encouragement throughout her MN journey. Congratulations. Lindsay Schomber. Lindsay's favorite course in the MN program was Healthcare Informatics, Quality, and Safety, where she explored how data and technology can be used to improve the quality and safety of patient care. She especially valued learning alongside classmates from diverse specialties and gaining insight into the innovations and practice improvements happening across different areas of nursing. The academic accomplishment she is most proud of is earning her graduate degree as a first-generation college student, an achievement that reflects dedication and perseverance through the program. Lindsay would like to thank her family, friends, and colleagues for their unwavering support, sharing that she could not have reached this milestone without them. Congratulations, Lindsay. Trish Smith. Trish found her practicum to be the most meaningful part of the MN program, as it provided an opportunity to see how the knowledge she gained could be applied to real and impactful work. Through her studies, Trish developed a strong commitment to supporting evidence-based practice changes in healthcare. She is most grateful for her support of her family and coworkers throughout her time in the program, whose encouragement helped her reach this milestone. Congratulations, Trish. Next, we will invite Dr. Robin Evans-Agnew to perform hooding. Dimity Pringer. Dimity is proud of the opportunity she has during the program to work on a public health project and present a poster at the Washington State Public Health Association's annual conference. Looking ahead, Dimity hopes to use her degree in the nonprofit sector with the ultimate goal of helping lead to or run a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving community health. One memorable moment from the program was when the class attempted to play Disparity Trap, the unfair game of life. While they may not have mastered the game, it certainly brought plenty of laughs. Dimity would like to thank her faculty advisor, Dr. Robin Evans-Agnew, her close friend, Kim Ingren, and her mother, Sally Pringer, for their support throughout the program. She also shares her appreciation for everyone who supported her along the way, adding with a smile that now it's time to go get a job. Congratulations, Dimity. Next, we will invite Dr. Katie Herlin to perform hooding. Cecilia Williams. Cecilia's favorite course in the program was T-Nurse 527, which challenged her to think about healthcare in systems rather than in silos, and helped her further develop her leadership identity while examining the deeper roots of systemic injustice. Cecilia plans to use her MN degree to strengthen trauma-informed systems in skilled nursing and to support workforce well-being through compassionate and accountable leadership. She is especially proud of her practicum evolved. What began as a challenging start grew into a project that expanded her understanding of nursing leadership and accreditation survey readiness, while strengthening her confidence navigating complex health systems. Cecilia is also known for bringing humor to her work, while making residents and patients laugh with a silly comment or playful moment. She is grateful to the MN faculty for their guidance, especially Sunny, whose teaching about the value of silence in learning has shaped how Cecilia shows up as a leader and educator. Cecilia would also like to thank her children and family for their constant love and support throughout her journey. Congratulations, Cecilia. Thank you. And next, we will invite Dr. Carmen Lewis to perform hooding. Chris Arnold. Chris' favorite topics in the MN program focused on underserved populations, culture, ethics, and health equity, which strengthened her commitment to advancing equitable care. She's still exploring where her MN will take her, but is especially interested in leadership and policy roles that help shape safe, collaborative healthcare environments. One of the accomplishments that she is most proud of is returning to school as an adult learner to earn her ADN, BSN, and now MN, a journey that began after becoming a teen mom and raising 2 sons she is incredibly proud of today. Through the program, she gained confidence and capacity to create positive change in healthcare. She would especially like to thank her family for their unconditional love and support, and gives a special thank you to her mom, sharing, "I am strong because you are." Congratulations, Chris. Ave Johnson. Ave's favorite course in the MN program was Ethical and Equitable Care, where she appreciated the engaging instructions and insight from Dr. Carmen. The course provided meaningful knowledge and motivation that helped shape her perspective as a nurse. After graduating, Ave plans to pursue a career as a nurse educator and continue advancing her education, having already been accepted into the Pacific Lutheran University DNP program. She would like to thank Dr. Lewis and Dr. Evans-Agnew for helping her stay grounded and inspired throughout the program. Aves also shared her heartfelt gratitude to her family, whose love, support, and constant encouragement made this achievement possible. Congratulations, Ave. Next, we'll invite Dr. Christine Stevens to perform hooding. Emily McIntosh. Emily's favorite course in the MN program was Ethical and Equitable Care, where she gained a deep understanding of how healthcare systems can fail certain members of society and explored ways nurses can help create meaningful change. After graduation, Emily hopes to pursue a career in education as either a nursing professor or clinical educator. One of the accomplishments she is most proud of is balancing the demands of the program while working night shift, as well as completing a paper on end-of-life practices in critical care units. She fondly remembers the class activity on social determinants of health. While the class may not have played the game exactly right, it certainly led to plenty of laughter. Emily would especially like to thank her husband, Ryan, her #1 supporter, who made sure that she ate dinner during evening classes, proofread her papers, and kept her smiling throughout the journey. Congratulations, Emily. Let's give another round of applause to all the graduates. Congratulations.
Yeah, please return to your seats. Thanks. And let's give another round of applause to our faculty. I don't know about you, but I am really inspired by everything you've all been doing and thinking about. For those of us who have been in the profession for many years, the hope of a next generation of nurse leaders is very inspiring. And every time I'm up here, I'm just more in awe and really grateful for what you are doing and what you will do in the future. Clearly, you are learning the values of the education and of the school that our faculty in our school has hopefully provided you and made you think about. And so as we come to a close in today's ceremony, I wanted to first thank again our family members, the supporters of the graduates. They are the backbone not only of today's healthcare and health systems, but of tomorrow. Whether as nurse leaders, as some of you have already described, as educators, executives, entrepreneurs, patient care experts. They've had to navigate not only long evening classes, as you said in the box, but also balancing work, family, and self-care to advance their professional futures. In doing so, they renew their commitment to improving the lives of patients, families, communities, locally, regionally, and maybe even globally. Graduates, you represent the future, the profession most trusted by the public to advocate for those whose voices have gone unheard and continue to be unheard, and to actively participate in the structural changes at the policy, system, and levels where you can make influences so that everyone has the rightful opportunity to live healthier lives. Now, more than ever, you are needed to ensure this. We know we live in times that are trying. where our challenges to our values, to care for each other, to care for the planet, are often being assaulted, right? We hope that this education has given you the strength, the courage, and as Sadie said, to stand up sometimes for that which we cannot stand for. That we practice with compassion, and this is part of our code of ethics that has been renewed, is how is it that we show compassion and respect in the inherent dignity and worth of every person, no matter who they are, where they come from, where they reside. And that you exercise moral duty, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you, as a person of inherent dignity and worth. That you can go and to promote justice, to really work toward eliminating inequities, and to really help us all flourish as people, and to participate as an active member of our global nursing and health community to promote human and environmental health and well-being. Regardless of your role or your practice setting, whether you're in long-term care, school, hospitals, the community, or maybe even one of you will run for the legislature, who knows? You are equipped now. We believe in the knowledge and the skills that you have to advance that equitable health and the wellness in our society. This is your responsibility now. This is your time, but enjoy this accomplishment. This has been a long journey. Enjoy it. Take the time with yourselves, with your family, to soak it in before you think about the next stage of your journey. You've worked very long and hard, and we applaud you. Hold on to this moment of celebration and know that we are very, very proud of you. So in closing, I want to thank you all for coming together and celebrating our graduates. Let's give them one more round of applause. Yes. So this concludes our formal part of the ceremony. Before we all exit, audience, please allow the faculty are going to exit first, then our graduates. You're all invited to join the little festivities behind us in the lobby, some refreshments. Also, graduates, we're going to get a class photo of you, and Sarah is right there over there. So as you exit, where do you want them?
We have two options. You can take a picture in front of this brick wall over here, and you can also take a picture in front of the welcome.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you. Okay, thank you again, and we'll see you behind in the lobby in a few minutes. Faculty? Yeah.